Hi, everybody. Welcome to Xuanzang's Tower. I hope everybody's doing great. Um, we have an exciting day for you today with classes with myself and then Ben. I lost my screen. Probably still waiting for a few people to show up. Hey, how you doing,
Yo,
Doc?
man. Good,
All right,
good. Yeah, I do play a doctor on TV sometimes.
so I heard.
I'm
Mhm.
not a real doctor, everybody. Do not come to me for medical advice anymore.
It's not going to stop me. um, al- although probably we have a better bet by going through these texts together and see if we can learn something to, you know, really give us some help.
That's all I'm good for.
Hmm. Well, let me stall for a moment as I white out my homework because I just realized I forgot to do that. Uh, so give me one
How we
moment.
like to do it with you, though.
You want to white out the answers together? That's
Sure.
another. That's not fun though. Then you just know the answer before I get to say it. I love surprises. Wait, now you're confusing me. Hold on a minute now. What? Okay, there we go. I couldn't tell white from red. There we go. Almost
White's the
done.
one that looks like your dog. And,
Can you define white more clearly?
yeah, that which you point to as.
Hmm. That's what I thought. So I have a
Mhm.
question for everybody. Is a white horse white?
They say it's not a color.
Yeah, a
No,
horse
it's
is.
a white horse.
That's a good. That's a good answer. Yeah.
Horse is a horse, of course.
Horse, of course.
There we go. All right. Here's a homework. I just found a homework with the answers whited out. I'm not sure if it's my homework, but let's just do whatever it is. All right. Does anybody know what is the firewood for that deep meditation where we realize emptiness? This was, I think, at the end of last class that I had. We described something as being the firewood, with the idea that the deep meditation is some kind of fire.
Consciousness?
That is part of the answer. That is, if that helps, I think this is going to help jog your or somebody's memory that consciousness is part of the answer.
And its object?
Yes, great. I knew memories would be jogged. That's it. Oh, what about in West Chinese? Does anybody remember? You might need to remember what the actual answer was.
谢家当谢吧。
That's really good. And that was part of it. Do you remember what Nagarjuna and then Gyaltsabje said? It was kind of a strange expression. It was
Besides
kind of
Namaste?
it was kind of a weird expression word. We were discussing it
We
during
were.
class. Yeah, during class.
Mm, I usually remember those.
I'll just tell you guys in English, and then somebody can tell me in West Chinese. The stuff of beings.
Uh, 周
Oh,
围
Joe,
吃
Joe,
Yeah.
Joshua?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You both got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Joe H. Shedong Dong Shepa. So good duo duo. Good Upalin word. We got it. Consciousness and what it perceives. So our if these are the firewood for the meditation where we realize emptiness, that means they all burn up. So are all things destroyed, as Nagarjuna seems to be saying during that meditation? Is everything destroyed, thrown away?
Well,
Nope.
they never really
No,
existed
good
in the
answer.
first place.
Would you say word?
They never really existed in the first place.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah. Anybody else
It
want to?
destroys
So-
discrepancy.
Yes, good. Uh, both of you, the meditation of a realized being does not destroy all things. It's not as if things are there with some self nature and then a realized being's meditation destroys it. There was never anything with any self nature in the first place. We just used to see it that way. And then the illusion or discrepancy that things had self nature is removed.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do my part to read the whole answer now. It helps our audience.
Thanks.
Sure. Please give two interpretations of the phrase Ninang and explain which is correct in our current text.
Usually they use like duality or something, but
Good.
Geshe likes to say discrepancy, meaning, I mean, literally it means ni to nang appear, but it's like how things seem to appear and how they actually are. So there's a discrepancy between those two.
Very, very excellent description of why we use the word discrepancy. And what might, word or whoever, what might duality refer to that would confuse people? Like what's kind of maybe a common historical interpretation of that word in philosophy, in Eastern philosophy?
Like a
Like some
lack
kind
of
of
subject and object.
Yes. Yeah. So people speak of a non-dual experience, meaning that there is no difference between subject and object. And what's a Sanskrit linguistic problem with that idea?
Desha Deshin.
Yes, good. That's I think that's actually Sanskrit and West Chinese mixed together, but yes.
also sometimes like people think duality means like some kind of poles, like yin and yang or something.
Yeah.
There's all
that
kinds
sounds
of
right.
crazy ideas.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's like feeling pain and enjoying a yoga pose or something.
I've done it.
Yeah. That's
I've
what I mean.
never
It's a
have.
non-dual experience. Yeah. Yeah. So that was right, Duodo, about the linguistic the there's sometimes the presence, the existence of subject and object are inherent in the language that's used to describe them, where to call something a subject is to call it the object holder. Okay, cool. Very good.
I
Thank you.
And then
I think
some confusion can come because when in the direct perception of emptiness, there's only the experience of the object. You don't have the experience of being the object holder at that time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that probably does, that is hard to describe and probably lends to some confusion when people who aren't in that currently in that experience are trying to understand or explain it.
Right.
It's cool. It's cool.
by
It's
the way, I
interesting
think
stuff.
subject the same problem comes with English too. Subject and object mean like the thing inside and the thing outside, the thing doing, the thing perceiving and the thing being perceived or something. Because Jack usually means like to do, like an action, like just.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know
I
that, but
think so. Yeah.
that's awesome. English,
Yeah.
the roots of English.
Yeah, Sanskrit maybe.
Yeah. Cool. Object and subject. Is that a Latin or Germanic or don't know?
Yeah, like obtuse, like something or ostentatious, like something outwards. Yeah, sub like under and
Yeah.
within.
Yeah. Cool. I like it. Food for thought. All right, I'm going to stop sharing this boring homework screen with you. And I'll share something much more fun and exciting. Wait, I'm going to scroll back to where we left off first. Okay, we're going to look at the text together with my notes. And we'll translate together. Here we were. Here we go. Oh man, sorry. Just shared the same
Didn't
doc.
work out.
Didn't work anyway. Double sorry. Let's see if this will do it.
Double no
Nope.
biggie.
Stop share. Weird. Maybe I
Now
have
I'm
too
getting
many
mad.
I have too many windows open or something.
Too many subjects.
Yeah.
Not
How
enough
many
objects.
how many subjects have we got here today? Oh, 250.
It's quite a few.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like word got out that the boss wasn't coming. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Bang! There we go.
Hey, probably
You
it.
gotta do sound effects. I didn't mean to scare you, Dodo. You all right? All right.
He doesn't startle easily.
No, he doesn't. Pretty chill dude.
Mm.
All right. So this is where we were. We were talking about the firewood for these things. Oh, wait. Yeah. Droeche. So this is kind of where we left off in the last class with the boss. And he didn't quite finish. Like we started talking about it, and then he didn't quite finish the paragraph and we stopped. So I'm hoping we'll go back over it with him next time. But I think it says Droeche Sheja Dang Shepa, right? This is clear. It was even in the quiz. Like this is kind of just to catch us back up. The stuff of beings, and then he glosses it by saying, the things that we can know and the awareness which knows it. Dikun, and Geshe Michael explained that in these situations, Dikun means like the combination of those things taken together. Doesn't have to mean all, but it kind of means like all of these things considered together as one thing. Gomjung, Ginamshe Mei. So he explained this as being the object of meditation, usually, and the object of our awareness in that meditation. Mei Buxing is the firewood. Is. And then this is the part we didn't cover. Malupa Sekpe Chiro. This is kind of interesting because they all burn away, right? Malupa, every single one without exception, Sekpe Chir, because they burn. And it's kind of funny because this is a middle way book, and we keep talking about how, we just keep talking about how negating these things, having any self-existence, does not negate them as objects. And then for some reason, we start using as a metaphor, Nagarjuna, who seems to know this stuff, I trust him. He starts using as a metaphor that they burn away.
But for the person who is in that state of deep meditation, they do. They no longer exist.
Maybe.
So I
Just because they no longer. Oh, yeah. Metaphorically speaking, they disappear for that.
Right.
Yeah, he's using it as a metaphor. I actually guess so. Sorry, and I correct
Instance,
myself.
right?
Gyaltsab, oh no, yeah, sorry. Nagarjuna did use sek specifically, burn,
Uh-huh.
as the metaphor. Um, so here's the next line. Let's look at it together. I will read it, and then I'll move on to having you guys read. Neluk kidun tedak chitawa shin rab tu jepe tang tempe sekna ninang ma lupa shiwar kyor yin no. Okay.
Mm.
This is my notes here, or my attempted translation. So Neluk kidun. Neluk, I've only ever seen it refer to like the true nature of reality,
Yeah.
the way things really are.
Yeah.
Anatole was kind of had some objection to it my last class, that maybe it's not necessarily referring to the way things truly are, but I think that it always means that.
Like natural state or something, right?
Yeah. In their natural state, in the, the realm of reality.
Do objects have a natural state?
No,
Well,
no state at all would be their natural state.
the absence of
Mm,
self nature. Yeah.
no state at all is their natural state? Or that would be one of the four things that also would be denied by the Arya? So they have a natural state.
Yeah,
Mm.
absent of self-existence.
Yeah, I mean, if
That's
it's tricky, right? Because if you think about it in the West Chinese language, natural state would be Rangshin.
right. And if this is a cinnamon, if this is some cinnamon, would be delicious. But if it's a synonym, then um, then they would be burned up and not exist anymore if we're talking about natural objects in the sense of real objects, self-existent objects, or states of mind, then those would be burned away utterly.
Well, Naluk is more ethereal than that. It's more like the way things are, as opposed to pinning down something like the natural state. So I think it's important that we translate it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
Here
But
I put realm of reality. That's sufficiently ethereal.
Geshe 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 doesn't usually use Nelu for realm of reality, but
Yeah, he does. He uses something, the sphere one, right? What is that?
Ying Ying
Yeah,
Mhm.
Ying is
Che
realm of
Ying. Yeah, Che Ying. Che
Chewing. Yeah.
Ying. Yeah. Uh, well, we can say way things are, because I don't want to overlap it
what do you
for now.
what's the done for you? Is that the meaning
I
or is
said
that
these objects, Tente Doc, when we investigate these objects, Jitawa Shin, just as they are.
Mm.
And then this isn't, I mean, this is still clunky, investigating them within the way things are. It's more like in the context of how things really are or something. I
Yeah,
don't
see,
like,
that
We
all makes me very
investigate the
nervous.
fundamental nature of these objects just as they are. Could we say
Mm.
that? Ne look do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to keep it like Naluk is more like a philosophical realm in which we are investigating these objects, as opposed to the objects being part of the way things truly are.
I think, by the way, Nick, that here being connected to Jepa is that um discrimination Rabtu Jepa is the fire that burns those
Yeah,
things.
but it is light, not fire.
yeah, it is. I think that it's saying
Well,
but it says dang den pei sek. I think that means they burn brightly.
Yeah, they burn with with a they have a literally they have a light, but brightly sounds good.
Word, if you were translating this, would you say they burn and they have light?
No,
I'm
not at all.
being serious.
No,
Okay.
no, I'm agreeing with you. I said literally
Okay.
with light,
Oh,
but
yes, yes,
that,
yes. They
yeah,
have light. They burn
yeah.
and possess light.
No, no, they burn brightly with that R- Robin J, like that discrimination, that the discrimination of how things really are, like that
Yeah.
Yeah.
understanding.
I would still I would still argue that that sa, the S at the end of dembe, is indicating the tool, the implement, the fire, which is doing the burning. And so rather than burning brightly, it is like the is like the laser that burns.
That's cool. I like that too.
The
The
the 14th
laser.
century the 14th century laser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
if you want
space laser.
the
Yeah.
I yes, the non-denominational space laser.
Yeah. I like that. That's cool. And I put investigation. Uh, but
Uh-huh.
am I
Right.
wrong to think that a Rab J could be an investigation?
Definitely
I
could
don't
be an
think it's
investigation.
illegal. Yeah,
What?
that's okay.
I agree. Like some
Yeah.
examination, investigation, like
Yeah.
deeply looking into. So yeah,
Yeah.
Viveka.
Yeah. That's what I
yeah.
thought. I just thought it might be seem a little weird. It might seem a little strange to throw in discrimination here when it seems a little more broad than that.
Mhm.
Okay, well, that's cool. That's cool. So we have a
Mhm.
couple of different possibilities here. Well, I'll come back and look at it some more, but
Mhm.
one way to take this is to say it would almost have to be a laser. Like the
I mean,
sunlight through the magnifying glass of
mm,
investigation
mm.
sets them up, sets the objects ablaze. Uh,
I think this part is leaving out to the fire in the previous part, right? This part is leaving out the namxie me, right? The light is
yeah,
coming from the gomjonggi namxie me, right?
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
I'm talking about.
He's glossing the rest of the verse. So over here we got the Namshe Mei Yi Bushing Ni. And then later on in the verse, he says Udang Denpe Sekne Shi.
Mm.
So like
Yeah.
Dedak Jishin Rab Je Pei Yeah, I mean, Ben, your interpretation here is pretty spot on here that it's like the light that we shed upon it from this investigation of these things exactly as they are, the light that that investigation possesses or sheds upon them makes them burn and thus pacifies them or kills them or
Yeah,
something.
I think so. I mean, my general sense of Arya Nagarjuna is that when he talks about the way things really are, he's talking about an impossibility. And that generally he, especially when he talks about investigation into real phenomena, into real things, he's talking about things that don't exist. And so there would be these phantoms, these ideas of what exist. And when we shine this laser beam of wisdom, of investigation upon the question of what is really there, who is really there, and what those people are really looking at, then it burns away those things and nothing is left behind in the realm of what truly is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I'm interpreting the Naluk here too. Is that in the realm of what truly is,
Hmm.
nothing
Yeah,
is left.
but that's Gelsup J. That's not Arena Gardner.
That is indeed, yeah. I don't know that Nagarjuna has said Naluk. Okay,
Right.
cool. Well, that's super helpful. And we'll come back. I'll come back to this without you all and sit with it for a minute. But that was great. Thank you for that alternative perspective to how, because it does fit quite well with the verse. And then we'll see what
Well, and I
Geshe.
just say that because of the apostrophe I is
Yeah,
attaching it directly to the
it is.
discrimination. Yeah.
And then we have
Just as
this.
the dun is attached to the naluk with a
I
T.
know. That's what
So-
that is. It's kind of problematic.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I suggested what I suggested, but
Why is it problematic?
well, it wouldn't be within the realm of reality.
Like I'm thinking
well,
our investigation is within the realm of reality, not what I'm wanting to say, and I should probably think about this some more, is that the investigation is within the context of the way things are, not the
Well,
object.
what about about?
We investigate these objects about the way. Hmm.
I guess because Daydoc is a definitive plural, Gelsub J is
Or dual,
glossing
actually.
could technically be in it maybe especially in this case, right? Could technically be dual sometimes, often, especially in a Sanskrit text, right? Um,
Mhm.
that dun is a glossing of that. What is it that would be plural? What are those? Is
Yeah.
oh they're duns, meaning arta, meaning I would suspect objects more than meaning. So
Yeah, because
objects
we
as
just
they are.
finished talking about consider things which exist. Combination of things we can know, and the
Yeah.
awareness that knows them. That's what we're talking about.
Seja
Yeah.
Shepa.
Those are the objects,
Yeah,
and
right.
we're investigating.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know, natural way of being of these objects.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ne
A
le qui
natural way.
de Dedak.
A natural way of being of these objects.
Or the way these, yeah,
I think
Yeah,
ultimate
that's
reality.
cool.
We're investigating their
cool.
ultimate reality, and it gets burned up when we think about it really deeply.
yeah,
Mm.
right.
We should note the desperate pleading from our
Yes.
live interpreters to watch our pace.
Okay. Let me change my view here. Was there some
Well,
visual desperation happening?
No,
Hi.
they're chats.
Okay. Oh, let me open that up too.
Oh, now they're saying we shouldn't interrupt each other. Now, should we not tell jokes either? Come on. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay. Slowing on down. I will ask you to speak. No, I'm just kidding. uh, there we go. Let's move on from this. I hear you though. These are great suggestions, and these are some kind of subtle points that are going to make a big difference to my translation here and how it comes across. So thank you.
Would you like to, thinking of our live translators and their very recent pleas, would you like to just go over what we just talked about
Sure.
in a nice slow pace so that it can be conveyed to everyone?
Yeah. Okay. So just to summarize what we were just discussing is there's this phrase Neiluk in the West Chinese here. And specifically it says Neiluk Kidun. And this is how Gyaltsab J is covering Dedak, which came in the verse. So Dedak means these or those. And Gyaltsab J is explaining Dedak as the objects of true reality or something like that, or the actual reality or the true reality of those objects, something like that. And then what we're talking about here is investigating their nature, just as it is. And we're using a laser-like light and to do that investigation. And when we do that, those objects in true reality burn away. And thus, the duality or the discrepancy, all of them, are also put to rest. So we were discussing, how do we talk about objects and the true nature of reality together? Because we don't want to make it seem like the objects themselves have any actual reality, because that's what we middle way people are setting out to deny. However, we have to try to say what Gyaltsab is saying, which is something about investigating the true nature of these objects. So I think part of the finesse of being a translator is saying that carefully enough that we're not implying that our language doesn't make it sound like objects have some kind of true nature. Okay, that's what I got for you.
But they do have an ultimate nature, which is that they have no ultimate nature.
Thought I just made a clear statement, and that was a total Zen koan. I'm just kidding. That was awesome. Yes,
I mean,
their true nature.
you hear the phrase, the true nature of reality, all over the place
I know.
in high school philosophy. So it's just thinking that true means self-existent. That's the problem.
Yeah. And then whether you can talk about it, couldn't, I think that the sensitivity comes when you talk about an object's true nature. But if you talk about an object's true nature, it sounds okay, because you could say its true nature is an absence of having a true nature. But it's tricky.
Maybe. Or we call that the ultimate nature, but it's not the case that it is an ultimate. See?
It's not the case that it's a what?
An ultimate. Things don't exist ultimately, and there's not an ultimate way in which they exist, and we call that ultimate nature. That is a name for that reality, but we would be in danger of considering that to be an ultimate or a thing that ultimately exists, which it also is not.
We're about to
So
hit that part of the text,
good.
actually. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Please.
But that was a little foreshadowing.
Exciting.
So let's hit the next section, which is right here. Chetar Tawe Kyun Mepao. Chetar being the view that nothing exists, and Tawa, coming to that conclusion, I guess you could say. And Kyun Mepa, there is no problem of concluding that things have no nature of their own, or don't amount to. Let's skip this root text until we've looked at the commentary, and then maybe we come back. Man, time is flying.
Must be fun.
It's like time is lucid dreaming. Let's have a mixed nut read this. Ben, can you read this?
Sure. Tetana ke ki tanche mepe mepar ke langbe chir ke mepa par gyoro shena.
Okay. Detana. Well, if that's the case, right? Kirki tam che. So by you, kirki. So this sa makes it by you. And then there's a cheer. So it's like because you tam che me par ke langpa, because you are someone who accepts kelang pa, someone who accepts tam che mepa, everything doesn't exist. Everything is nothing. Ke mepa par kyur, you are a proponent. That's what I'm saying. Ke mepa par, someone who says, you're the kind of person who says that nothing exists. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Hmm?
Oh, I was just
Rude.
gonna say, in other words, a nihilist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a nihilist. Yeah, we are nihilists. Okay. Mingyurte. That is not the case, though. Nyongmong Chengi. Oh, sorry. Let's another. Utpala, would you please grace us by reading this? We never get to read anymore. So.
Yeah.
Guess
Min
what?
girte, nyomong chen ki mi shepe ni, ngong rang shin ki madrup shindu rang shin ki drupar takpa, yin la chini, rang shin ki tongpa ten la pap ne, dene ngay pa dang ngopoy, ne luk tokpa yin ki, ngopo la chung se, kyang korpa tape kyun meto.
Nice. All right.
Ends with
Mingyurte.
no problem.
Yeah. No problem. So Mingyurte, that's not the case. I'm not a nihilist. We're not nihilists. So it looks like now we're going back to this thing about ngun and chi, right? Ngun is before, chi is later. So mi shepa, because when we earlier didn't understand, it's a really yucky kind of not understanding, a nyon mong chen kind, negative emotional kind of misunderstanding. Because we had that in our minds before. Rangxing ki madru. This is kind of tricky. Rangxing ki madru shindu rangxing ki drupar takpa. I believe this says we imagine takba, that things which have no nature of their own, rangxin ki madrup, shindu, as if they were rangxin ki drupa. We imagine that things which don't have any nature of their own, as if they did have some nature of their own.
Mm-hmm.
But Yinla, but then Chini later on, Rangxin ki tong paten la pop ne, and you guys can help me out here.
Later, we heard the presentation that things are empty
Yeah.
of any nature of their own.
From having heard the presentation, that's interesting. I was reading this as things appear to us as if they're empty of any nature of their own, because we keep talking about the meditation of an realized being. So I thought it was saying, and maybe it does say that things present to us as
Well,
if
that's literally, I don't know. I didn't read the whole sentence yet, so I don't know. But ten la pop means present
present.
or
Yeah.
put forward, something. But I don't know the context completely.
Let's learn it together. So after Rang Shin Gitong Paten La Pap Ne, things from some kind of presentation of the emptiness of self nature. Ding ni ngepa. We ascertain it just so, or that way,
or even suchness, perhaps.
or we ascertain their suchness. Oh, here we go again. Ngopoi neluk tok by yin. Realize the ultimate nature of things. Ngopoi neluk. So we come back to this neluk again. And this is a tokpa with a sa. So it's usually means a really true kind of realization, like a correct realization. So here we're saying, and therefore we realize the ultimate nature of things, ngopos.
Yeah.
Yinki. Oh, sorry, word, please.
Yeah, he's glossing what Teini Nepa means, and it appears it means suchness, as I thought. Teini Nepa Tang.
Yeah.
He's saying, meaning you realize the nature of things. Teini Nepa. You ascertain their true nature, suchness.
Yeah. Or the emptiness of self nature, Rang Shingi Tongpa.
Yeah.
However, Yinki Ngupo la chungse kyang kurpatape kinme to. Por favor, ¿eh? ¿Qué pasa?
Trippy, man.
We do not make this mistake. There is no fault, Kian Mei, of kurpatap. It's the same as kurwandep, underestimating.
Misspelled.
Yeah. Should be a top, right, with a sa.
No, that's it's just a tense. It's kurwa, not kurpa.
Okay. Nice. I didn't know that. That's cool. Kurwatab?
Yeah,
Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't make the mistake of underestimating. So we do not make the mistake of underestimating the reality of things. Ngopo la chungse, even slightly. We don't even slightly make the mistake. I didn't write that in my little notes here.
Or even a slight mistake. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't even make a slight mistake of underestimating their reality, or we do not make that mistake even in the slightest, or even a little bit of underestimation.
I have a question. Then why is there a disjunctive right before it? Because it seems to agree with the previous statement. Why is it?
I know. So I put and.
It feels like an and or therefore.
Yeah. And I don't personally I usually, like in this kind of situation, I don't get too hung up on that kind of thing. Like maybe in this language it feels more disjunctive, whereas in English it feels kind of weird to say it that way.
It could be like since.
Yeah. It's kind of like after.
I don't know. It does indicate a contrary statement is following.
What I could understand you.
Yeah, because it's like we're saying that they're empty, but we're not underestimating it. I mean, I feel like the sentiment is the same. I mean, I could change the English to try to reflect that as well.
I don't really care. I just thought it was interesting.
No, sorry. I think it's a really good point, and I think I feel like Utpal is reinforcing it, and I think it's a great idea as a translator when we can to reflect such a distinction. I'm going to put a note to myself. Reflect the disjunction. I'll know what that means.
May I propose a small idea?
Thank you,
What
Toto.
Um,
what
I think the part 让心启动吧电了babne. First of all, I think this whole paragraph has one subject, which is we, right? So this sentence, I think, we should use the same subject. And I think it can mean establish after we establish that things are empty of any self nature. You know what
yeah.
I mean? Mm,
Mm-mm. As opposed to things presenting
yeah,
themselves. Yeah, that
yeah,
makes sense too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
I think
that,
that
that,
that makes more sense after we establish. I like that. I'll clean it up later, but yeah. Because yeah, it's the ngun is our misunderstanding and the chi is our understanding.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like when I said ten labab, like after there's like it's presented to us, like either through realization or otherwise, that things are empty, then we are
Mhm.
definitive about their nature and know that and realize the true nature of things, but still the gi. But or I would it's like since that we don't
ho-
even
Yeah. I feel like you could,
honestly, I'm sorry, your and in the final sentence would work perfectly well as a but.
yeah,
Uh,
totally. I was just gonna say you could kind of say it either way.
you
It,
could.
it doesn't actually matter. But we do. That's what I was.
nothing does. Rang Shin Yi Tongpa.
Okay, I'm
So,
moving on to the next. Oh, go
oh,
ahead,
can I ask a question?
please.
Can you scroll back up a little? Thank you. So if you could just help me try and parse this sentence up before the, I guess, or is it up before the key? Way up before the key. So where we have the word earlier, ngun, it is preceded by ni. So there's something done earlier. Later on in the sentence, after the verb, yin, we have chi ni. So
Mm.
they are in a different order. And so how is that reflected in the translation?
Those are from the poem, and
Yeah, I
they're
was just gonna say, let's look at the root text.
it could just be from meter.
Well, he wouldn't have included it just for meter, would he? Because he
Yes,
doesn't have to meet meter in his commentary.
It's
no,
well, no, but he's reflecting what's in the verse because that's the order it came in the verse.
yeah.
Uh, but it's just I think it's just the placement of before, and I read the verse and I thought about this when I was working on it, and it seems like it's just like we didn't understand, so earlier we imagined stuff. So you could say we didn't understand before, so we imagined stuff. I feel like it could go either way, and it would make the same. It would have the same exact meaning. Uh, and then later, Chini Epa. And I can't read the Sanskrit here well enough to see if that is how Nagarjuna even wrote it. Like it could just be a decision made by the Tibetan translator.
He's
It's not there.
it's
It's
back.
not in the
Well,
Sanskrit.
there's
There's
no need,
no
but it
Right.
says
That's
that.
right.
It says
right. It says
ajnana.
before and after, but
Mhm.
yeah, I don't. Sanskrit doesn't have the same grammatical structure exactly.
But
No,
it
it.
does
Go ahead.
reinforce the word's suggestion about the knee being for the sake of the West Chinese meter,
Oh, for the
since
meter. Yeah, yeah,
in the Sanskrit ajnana kalpitam is mishepa and uh,
Tak,
takpa
takpa.
is 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 exactly well with the Purvam, it's exactly the Sanskrit without the ni.
Yes.
And so it very much looks like it was necessary for the West Chinese translator to include the ni to make meter.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm just um I'm just asking about the order of the
Mm,
knee and the words earlier and later.
it
That's
seems
the
kind of arbitrary because I guess that's what we're saying. That's what we're trying to examine it. And when you look at the Tibetan here, it does have the knee in this case before the gun, in this case after. But this is a translation of the Sanskrit, in which case there isn't a knee, so it's somewhat arbitrarily placed.
yeah. And he could have said mi
Okay,
shepa
I'll ask
ni.
Geshe when we get to this. That's okay. We can go on.
I'm talking. He could have said mi shepa ni nun takpa de ni chi nepa tang. But instead he put the chi after the takpa. Um, and then that changes where the ni goes due to that.
Right. Geltz of J just reflected what was in the verse.
Yeah, that's all.
And then the verse, it seemed, yeah, let's ask Geshe Michael. It seems somewhat arbitrary if it's not in the Sanskrit, but maybe there, it's definitely possible there's something we don't understand. Okay, 9 more minutes. Well then, I was sorry. Word, would you please go ahead and read this one?
Sure. Wona nupa rangshingi drupa kakpa teni rangshingi yupangyoro shena.
Ona. Well then, uh, someone may say Shina. uh, the denial of that things exist through any nature of their own is something that exists through its own nature, right? Rangshingi Drupa Kakpa, the denial that things exist through any nature of their own, that very thing, Denyi, Rangshingi Yupar Gyur. I guess that denial does have its own nature. Am I reading that right?
Are they drunk?
Perhaps. Don't forget, this is an invisible enemy.
Yeah, I know.
Does
Coming
the
from my seeds ripening from having misexplained this many times in the past, no doubt.
does the Dani doesn't it go with the Rangshin? The isn't it Dani Rangshingi? No.
Let's see. Let me read it again. Rangshingi Dani Rangshingi. How so? I mean, perhaps. How so?
I think he's saying, Kakpa, stopping the belief that things have some nature of their own,
Yeah.
um, is is the like, and then Taney goes with the next phrase that like kind of juxtapose that is the suchness, I don't know, is that very thing that the very way in which things exist.
Interesting. Yeah, I
Or
mean,
how
I think that's roughly what I think it is, but I was just I'm thinking of it more like uh that very denial, that particular denial, that you're
Mm,
making is what's real. Because you
mm.
seem to be wanting to accuse us of really thinking that negative things exist or
Totally
something.
agree. Totally agree, Nick. I think you've got it exactly right. That's the next debate. Then are you saying that this lack of true nature is the thing that exists through some true nature that is sort of the next natural question for an opponent to ask.
Yeah. Okay. We have time for one more little section, I hope. Let's see. Is Adam here with your sweet Tibetan?
Mm,
He might be.
buttery.
Yeah. How about Duo Duo?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Let me see. 강기체 의보랑 신기주바 미니에바 대체 의매랑 신기주바 가랑교대 땜매베 땜바 미시베 체로.
Thanks. Where were we? Galangyur. Usually Geshe Michael guides me to translate this as like how the heck or how in the world or something like that. So how in the world could it be that whenever Gangitse at the moment when you don't find any self nature to things, Ngopo Rang Shin Kijupa Minye. So at that moment when you don't find Minyepa, Rang Shin Gidrupa, self nature, Ngopo things, then they'd say at that moment, Ngome Rang Shin Gidrupa. So this is why Upala's objection. How the heck could you find a self nature to an absence of things when you don't find a self nature to the things? Like he's just answering like the stupid question with another stupid question. How is that even possible? Then he says ten mepe tempa, and this is Word knows these two tenpas so well from studying the kunshi. He's saying it's not possible that there is something to rest upon, no foundation, right? Is this his complaint here?
Yes.
And may
Meaning,
no foundation, tempa rest
yes.
upon, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
impossible for something to exist upon the like no existence, basically, but yeah, no foundation. How can something exist upon no existence? Then me.
Oh, we still got 3 more minutes.
Yeah, I see what
Well,
you're
I
trying to do there with the rest upon,
Uh-huh.
to show that what 10 means.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I
But
didn't even
somehow it
think
needs
about
a
it.
little punch or something.
Yeah. I didn't think about it. So I'm just realizing now that I said it as if to me, it seemed so obvious that that's just what it meant. So if it's at all not conveying the meaning, that's good to know.
No, just to give the punch of those 2 10s,
Hmm.
you know? That's like
Yeah.
a table lamp without a table or something, you know?
Yeah. Hmm. That's what I was thinking. All
how do you
right.
take Geshe-la's note?
Yeah, it's funny because when I did this section using an older version of the text and then I pasted in afterward this newer version with the note. The tenpa would be a perception of a ngopo rangshin gi drupa. So the perception, the tempa, the thing resting upon, the thing which is doing the resting, would be seeing a self-existent, seeing a self-existent thing, but there's no, so we'd be seeing the absence of a self-existent thing as a self-existent thing, but there would have never been any self-existent thing in the first place. So how could there be a self-existent absence of that self-existent thing? So I'll say it again for the translators way in the back. He's saying that how could we it would be impossible to say that the absence of a self-existent thing is a self-existent thing when there was no self-existent thing in the first place. If
Yeah.
that's what it,
Minyeba is failing to find something, right?
yeah.
So it's not the same as finding something. We don't find lack of self-nature. We fail to find self-nature.
Yeah. So then if we have failed to find self-nature, how could you then explain that failure to find it or that absence of it as being something which has self-nature? Because the
Right.
whole point is that you couldn't find any self-nature. So it's a
Mhm.
it's a really good, it's a very sober and clear-minded objection that's hard to translate.
Mhm. Cool.
So that might give us some fodder for our 15-minute discussion of how to apply this to our own lives. Oh, and just a quick sneak peek of what's to come. We're gonna talk about denying that space could have any nature of its own. So that sounds kind of sexy. I think. If you're a nerd and you're into that kind of thing, then talking about the fact that space doesn't have any nature of its own is kind of attractive. Um, but if you're like single and you're going out and to like meet people, don't like bring this up in the first conversation.
Or
One of my
do it.
practical
You
or
could get a
do.
really sexy partner there
Yeah.
if they're into that.
You'll
know what
meet
I
the
mean?
right person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll be out there like surfing on the waves and strike up a conversation with somebody, and I bring this stuff up, and they're like, "Dude, come on, shut up." I think Ula has something to say.
Yeah, hi Nick. Hi you guys. So good to see you. Thank you for teaching. I thought that I go first because what I have to say is nothing new. It's just a little reminder. Like the understanding of emptiness is the basis for slower. The understanding of emptiness is the basis for us achieving any goal, transforming our world into kindness, reaching everything. And it's so difficult to understand, right? And a little bit, yeah. So I'm so sorry that your classes are in European nights because I cannot usually listen. Right now I'm in Sedona. But I hear when I listen to this constant like non-existing, 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 then there is an echo in my mind. I leave the class and something in me says like, oh, there was something happening, non-existent, right? So I keep being reminded just by listening to your classes or to our general emptiness classes. And I mean, the thing that I keep being reminded in my mind is not self-existently, right? So how does the reminder in my mind that will help me to transform my world by thinking about it constantly happens through listening to these classes and planting seeds by that. So I thought, so whenever we don't understand anything, whenever we're just like sitting here and like, what's going on, then we still hear the word and we plant the seeds to hear it echoing in the future. And so I'm very, very grateful that you guys are sharing these classes with us. Please, Ariana Gargina, stay with us. Keep reminding us and planting the seeds with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was kind of a nice, subtle plug for the Goodnight Book Club. Low key. I like it. If you read these books before you go to bed, you have a better chance of thinking about emptiness at those crucial moments when you're stuck in traffic, or you do meet someone at a bar or wherever it is that you meet people, and then they are not nice to you when you didn't have dinner ready or something or whatever.
Nick, our Ukrainian translator, Ekaterina, uh, mentioned that they like to go to sleep after translating and then they realize it in their sleep. So it sounds like they get a very special bonus good night book club practice by getting to translate these classes into Ukrainian right before bed. Very cool.
Thank you for doing that. And especially thank you for waiting till the class is over to go to sleep. uh, that's amazing. That's really amazing. Very beautiful. It's so cool when stuff can just happen in your dreams. Start to like make connections and understand. That's a nice blessing. Geshe Michael's been talking about it for the last year or so a lot, because I think he dreamed up one of the DCI levels while sleeping. Wrote it on a Christmas card. So he woke up and wrote it on a Christmas card, and then I hope went back to sleep, because I always want to think that Geshe Michael gets enough sleep. He certainly planted the seeds for it by inventing the Goodnight Book Club. So any other practical applications that y'all can think of some of what we have been discussing today?
Can I still say something?
You can say
Please.
as much as you want. I always will. We're happy to have you here. If keeping you talking will keep you here, then keep talking.
I was thinking about the definition of the lack of self-nature in the last sentence we were translating. And I was trying to debate with myself a little bit. So here is my proposition. I think there are two kinds. The lack of self-nature, the first kind is emptiness itself. The second kind is the understanding of the thoughts in our mind that knows that things are lack of self-nature. And I think it will be very tricky to prove that emptiness itself is empty. Although we know the answer, but we can always talk about whether emptiness is dependent, and whether whether being dependent means coming from a seed. Well, okay, this is confusing already. But the real life application is the thoughts that understands that things have no self-nature. That's simple, right? That has, those thoughts must have come from luminous images. It comes from a ripening seed, which is decided determined by whether we have treated other people kindly or not. So that's, I think, a very important reminder that when we are short of wisdom, we should be kind. That's it. Yeah.
That's usually the best I can do. So yeah, I think that's like a really good advice. Yeah. I remember somewhere in the back of my mind, like I studied some stuff about emptiness or something. I don't know, but I know that the whole point is I have to try to be nice to this person right now. So I'm going to try.
And
I
by
have
the
this.
way, yeah, sorry.
No, please.
Dr. Ben, please. Okay. I was still wondering, because my real struggle is the first kind of lack of self-nature, meaning emptiness. Do you guys agree that emptiness is dependent? Because it's definitely not coming from a seed, which is changing thing. But do you agree that emptiness of anything is dependent?
Yeah, it's really interesting, and I think it's a fun discussion, and that's why I don't think it's that hard to prove the emptiness of emptiness, because you can't just have emptiness. I mean, like I have this glass, which you may or not be, there you go. And then the glass is empty in literal and philosophical terms. And so there's an emptiness that is dependent upon there being a glass. But can you find an emptiness that's just exists on its own, independent of any other things? Is there some
No.
so that's
Yeah.
one
And
way.
that aspect of a thing, its emptiness, is, I think, only important because we have a problem.
Yeah,
And
totally. Yeah.
and so, for example, the fact that my glasses or are not a fish or something, or maybe your hand, right? Duoduo's hand is not a fish, and no one cares. And we could isolate that fact about his hand, but it's not interesting unless Duoduo has this problem where he thinks his hand is a fish and he can't leave the house. He can only get on Zoom with a blue background, so his fish hand feels like it's in water. And we can't get him to leave the house because he wants to keep his hand in the tub, uh, so that it's moving, so that water is moving across its gills. And to isolate about Duoduo's hand, this peculiar feature of it, that it's not a fish, is not interesting, except that our friend Duoduo needs help. And and so there could be beings for whom it would never occur to them for an instant that something could come anywhere other than from seeds they planted by taking care of other people in the past. But because we have this problem, they have isolated this feature of things that is very peculiar, very specific to our individual hang up, our problem. And it's in dependence upon that peculiar little problem that they have, in their kindness, isolated this aspect of things, so that we no longer try to get things by hurting people or
Mm,
fail to get the things that we want, because we can
mm,
have the things that we want.
mm. Thank you. You always make it meaningful.
Not always, but when I'm on TV, I do.
Well, I want to come back for 1 second so we can agree that dependent events don't always come from seeds. Can we agree on that?
No.
Is emptiness an independent event?
Yes. Is emptiness a dependent event? Yes.
Now you get into, I think, a philosophical conversation to
Yeah.
try to examine what is some kind of emptiness that you can talk about independent
Yeah.
of your perception of it, whether it's an intellectual perception or a direct perception. But is there some emptiness out there that's
I mean, the
independent of
fact
your
that
idea of it?
I was referring to the fact that things lack any self-nature. That is an unchanging thing. That, according to our discussion, that is a dependent thing. That does
It is.
not occur by itself, but it's an
It does not.
unchanging thing. So it's impossible, according to our pramana logic. It is impossible for it to be coming from a seed, which is a changing thing, right?
No, no, it's not. That's
So that means,
causation is not
yeah.
causation is not the same thing as dependence.
So yeah, that's what I was going for. Thank you, dude.
I think.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
for
that's, yeah, right. The lower schools say that dependence means causation, but any middle way follower has a way of describing the way that unchanging things depend on seeds as well.
Hmm. Well, how about well, I have one more thing, one more mind twister. How about the
Okay, you
fact
got
that
one.
I don't have any money in my bank account? Does it come from seeds?
Yeah.
That fact,
It is dependent upon seeds.
Okay, but emptiness is not.
It is also dependent on seeds.
Oh,
Thank
In the
goodness.
same way as the emptiness of bank account, and actually,
it's
quite
interesting.
literally.
Well, I think we'll get to talk about it a lot more. Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
Thanks for adding to the conversation.
Thank
And
you.
we are out of time for this discussion. So thank you all for the lovely discussion and being part of this group. And a special thanks to all of our interpreters who work so hard to stay awake and put up with us. And we appreciate you beyond what we can ever express. And the same with Worldview Productions. We really appreciate you guys making sure that these classes can happen and get recorded and archived, and we would be completely lost without you. So thank you to the translators, all of you. Thank you so much. Those who coordinate the translators, thank you so much. So I don't want to go too much into your break. I believe that Juan Hasso needs the day off. If I don't hear him or the bell in the next 10 seconds.
Nick,
Oh, there he is. Okay.
I was just joking. It was a
Oh, you were
joke.
kidding. You were joking that you need the day off?
Yes, I told you. So
How
this
would
is
I
a
know
joke.
it's a joke?
This is a joke because I put it on the text messages. The joke is this.
No, it's okay.
Nick asked me if I get the credit card, a new credit card that I need for budget reason stuff. So I said,
it's
yes, I
not for
got the
anybody,
credit.
okay? He works for us. It's not like anybody can just ask me for a credit card.
Oh, yeah. So the joke was like, yeah, but and then I was showing excitement. So I told him like, I'm today and Saturday, I'm not gonna be able to come. And if you start seeing weird expenses in the credit card, is because I'm on my way to Nevada. But wait, don't cancel it yet. Afterwards, I'll be able to explain every expense. Don't worry. It was just a joke.
I thought the expense part was a joke, but I thought you really needed the day off.
Oh no, it's the other way around. The Jose, the day off is not the joke. The expense is the serious thing.
Okay. Oh, I'm so glad for that.
Maybe the need for a credit card was a joke too.
No, gladly that wasn't.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a good interest rate. Anybody, just reach out.
Yeah, now Nick is a bank agent. That's what you can. Not just kidding. Anyways,
Okay.
I have to agree with Dotu on this one because I do believe emptiness not always depends on seats to exist. Yeah. And because you see, an absence is not coming from seats, and that absence also has emptiness. So it depends, but not always on seats. That's what I will say.
The opinions of the Peachtree World News do not necessarily represent those of the Mixed Nuts Translation Program.
That's correct. And that's fun. That's why, let's start with the news. Ben Kramer is having debate courses we'll get there. But yeah, I think that's part of why. If we always agree all the time, then there will never be a debate. And it's okay if some of us younger people have different views that can be corrected if needed. We'll figure it out later. But I was, most of us have heard about this. Even Kedrup J and Gyelsab J disagree in some aspects. So no wonder that lower students like me will disagree sometimes. Anyways, let's check the news. Happy birthdays first. Thank you, Marina. If you have trouble, let me know and then I share screen, please, because she told me she was having some electricity situations there. Okay, upcoming birthday, Patrick McGinn. We just saw him at Diamond Mountain a few days ago. So just sending best wishes and happy birthday. Victoria Makarov, also upcoming birthday, sending best wishes. Long time no see, but not so long. She was around maybe like 6 months ago or 8. I don't remember exactly, but best wishes over there as well. More birthdays. We have also upcoming Walter Hess. I think they're living in Switzerland these days. He makes beautiful watches and sending happy birthday there as well. 2 more birthdays coming up. One is Lucy. She has helped us a lot with the French poster and translations from Pitch to World News and for Five Houses as well. So thank you for your help. And lastly but not least, you see, we were very happy celebrating the 50-year marriage anniversary of teacher Sarani, teacher Sumati. I already said it's very admirable. They reached 50 years of marriage. And also, her birthday is coming up. So not only she's turning 50 years of marriage, but she's also having her birthday very, very soon on April the 2nd. So we'll have another poster for her soon. But so you know, you can send your congratulations or presents if you want. Okay, let's start with some things. Tax Day is coming up, April 15. Get ready because, I don't know, it's nice. I think it's really a good karmic seed for financial improvement. Geshe often talks about paying taxes, paying them, being responsible with our finances, and this is a great opportunity to do so and be on time with this as well. So, you know, well, this is for USA mostly. I don't know other countries how you probably know. I was gonna make a joke, but I could be trouble. So forget about the joke. Just in United States, the date is of April 15. Okay, what's coming up? Lately, we have been talking with our friend Kat from Diamond Mountain. She's these days one of the coordinators of Sky Harvest. Now, Sky Harvest, this is a picture of the headquarters community center in Bowie, Arizona, same town where Retreat Center Diamond Mountain lives. And Sky Harvest has many different projects. One of those projects is the reforestation project inside Diamond Mountain, but they also have other projects. And lately, they are especially focusing in one called Oasis. Project Oasis. I want to show you some pictures. Like lately, she went to this. Oh, this is the website. If you want to check it out, it's the Project Oasis. I'm going to talk about it in a moment. But lately, she went to do some collaboration and learning to other similar projects that are happening around the region. There is many people interested to enhance and save the environment of all these Arizona regions. And Sky Harvest is definitely doing an amazing job. So I want to share a small video we have about Project Oasis. And then to let you know soon, she will be here with us online to talk more about it. For now, it's just a quick video. We recorded it a few days ago during our visit to Diamond Mountain. So if the video is ready, let's watch it out.
Last March 2026, we had the opportunity to visit Sky Harvest headquarters. These days, they are working in a new project called Project Oasis. Project Oasis pretty much has two big goals. In one hand, is to provide the town of Bowie with water and food security, helping the community by producing healthy and organic food here at the headquarters, and also teaching people to replicate the system and this knowledge to do each one at home. As part of this strategy, water recollection is a key element that enhances the productivity and functionality of the whole plant. Sky Harvest Community Center has already installed 2 of these water tanks to collect the water from rain, and they have another 5 waiting to be installed. The idea is that these strategies get to be replicated at different homes in the town of Bowie, which happens to have around 100 houses with 420 people who could get benefit from this project. Biochar, mulch, manure, and soil is produced and gathered to make all this possible. They are also growing small trees from seeds that then later can be sold as a way to keep gathering money for this project. The second big goal of the whole project is to serve as an example to the world, helping people and communities to become capable of food and water security in a self-sufficient and sustainable way.
So when the Arizona Community Foundation issued our check, they expressed great excitement and desire to support our project, food and water security. And with the world getting increasingly dry and grocery prices going through the roof, the model we build here in Bowie will be important to empower the rest of the world with this skill set.
Okay, there you go. So basically the idea is for the Sky Harvest Community Center to develop this example like of a sustainable piece of land that can produce a bunch of healthy food. And then people start doing the same at their houses. So they're going to do it there, share food and other things with people, and also the knowledge for others to do it. Let's see how it goes. They already got a $10,000 grant from the government of Arizona, and they are putting it into action. Soon we'll be talking with Kat to hear the exciting news and progress of this project. For now, let's keep reviewing a few upcoming events before we go to our next session. Thank you so much. So next picture, please. Yeah, Carrots and Potatoes, they are about to have their 1-year anniversary. And I think next Saturday we'll be having some talk with Marianne, sending best regards and wishes over there. You can check their Instagram if you're curious about it, or their website. Okay, next picture. Yes, that's what I was talking about. Ben Kramer. You know, he's really causing trouble in the world. No, just kidding. He's causing trouble on the broken world because he's helping us all to improve our analysis, Pramana skills. So thank you, Ben Kramer. You can watch, yeah, exactly, good trouble. You can watch the recording there. It will link you to the playlist. So you can watch session 1, session 2. Now, if you're ready, if you feel strong, you're not afraid to confront this guy, who, by the way, has a secret weapon. It's not in the picture. He wants to trick us all, but when he gets in trouble, his wife comes and helps him secretly. So Kendra's picture should be there too, but he doesn't want us to be ready. So anyways, you can sign up here and come for the actual live session on Zoom this upcoming Wednesday, 9 p.m. And then we may figure it out. If emptiness always depends on seats, or sometimes emptiness doesn't depend on seats. Next picture, please. Yes, the upcoming trip to Xi'an coming up. A lot of friends from China were here in Rimrock, Arizona. Some of them are also going there. It was amazing to see them around. Super, super happy, super successful time at Dragon's Head. That's what I heard. And hopefully soon we'll be hearing more details about how did it go. For those of you subscribed to the mailing list, you may already seen how happy Geshe is about the whole program that just happened there. But yeah, if you want to participate online, this is posters. I keep showing them, but I think it's a great opportunity. You can find out more information by email or Telegram, and also WeChat, if that's the social media of your preference. But yeah, you'll be able to reach out, or to connect, to participate online for this DCIG Foundation Level 7. Level 7, by the way, is the one who focuses a lot on touching the diamond world, aka seeing emptiness directly. So many of you are going to be interested, I'm sure. You can check it out there. Okay, a few more upcoming events. Then yes, Malaysia, I'm gonna keep reminding you about it. You can still sign up on the website. Before that, Geshe goes to Singapore. and a few events coming up before this event. But I think for big trips like this, it's good to have a notice ahead of time so we can plan our trips and all the necessities to make it happen. Bridge to the Diamond Way 6 is supposed to be the last Bridge to the Diamond Way before the amazing upcoming event in October here at Dragon's Head. That's another trip you can start planning. And a few events before that. Teacher Gail Dutch is going to Armenia from May 1st to May 11th. Great event on a purification practice, just so you know. If you're interested, reach out to the QR code or to her directly, to some of her students and friends. Also, this event, yes, it's going to be in Thailand. YSI is producing this, I think it's Lady Niguma Foundation 1 course. If you're interested and available, you can find out. That's the poster on Chinese, and we have one more also in English, so you can see. If you need more information, you can reach out. There you go. That's in Thailand, May 9 to 14. And then in June, this is new, just out of the oven. It's Team Lowenhub and me, myself. We're gonna be, just kidding. I'm a little bit more fat. But today a friend came and she put acupuncture in my arm and she asked me if I wanted to lose weight. And I say, sure. So maybe one day. No, that actually is Alfonso. As far as I know, really, I don't know. But because of things that I hear, I think that's Alfonso Arzapalo, which happens to be Aldo Arzapalo's brother. I don't know why. It's very interesting to me, that fact. That's Team Lowenhub, believe it or not. And they're going to have an event in June as well in Japan. I need to talk to Yuki to find out more about what is it going to be like. I just got the poster, so I'm sharing it with you. Soon we'll tell you more about it. And I think there's one more poster before we stop. Yes, this is another event they're going to have. Oh, no, I think it's kind of kind of a simultaneous event. It's one after the other. I don't know either. Yeah, Osvaldo is right. That's what I'm assuming. But we'll find out later. You see why I believe the other guy was Alfonso? They kind of look alike. And Alfonso's going to be in Japan around the same dates. And this is Pramana. This is what Ben Kramer does. He helps us to think clearly and deduce correctly. So hope I'm doing it well. I think this is it for now. Let's go to our next session and see you Saturday if everything goes